Hello everyone. So today I am going to make another Halloween design, but for this one I was thinking to make a t-shirt design for males, like the previous designs so far we have done. All of them were for females or like that. So this one I am going to make for male audience. So this is the message I am going to use here: you can't scare me, I have two daughters and a beautiful wife. So this message I get from this image: you can't scare me, I have two daughters. And then I added this option to a beautiful wife, because that will be more targetable. So this one, in this design I am going to use this hat. This one I take from Google as just a image, then I draw that one to use in my design. So for this design, this is going to be my background. Here I am using this rounded rectangle shape here, and these are all the elements from my this Halloween pack. You can just use them. So for this one here, always like we do designs, put everything inside transparency panel. So for this one also I am going to do the same, and you can see these are just some shapes from that bundle. So I am going to select everything here. I just made this because I don't want to be a very long video. So I am selecting everything here except this red circle and this three spooky vector here. So everything else is now selected. I am going to cut them. Now selecting this red rectangle here, opening transparency panel, paste in front. Now as you can see, this is not working because they are now they were in white, so I need to make them black. So once they are black, you can see this is looking already good. So for this three design here, this three spooky vector here, I am keeping them white because they look good on white. So I am not going to make them black or putting them inside my transparency panel. So this will work for me. Like if I put a black background here, this must be black, cut paste in back, it will look good. So this one here, this three I am going to keep them black, but I need to make a little bit changes here. That is, I am going to use my live paint tool here to fill that with these areas with black. Okay, so I need to make it black first. Now this is because this looks good on black and white, not black and red. And for this hat here, I just put that in on top of my this spooky here. And the reason I am using them here is my text is because my text is I have two daughters, so this two will represent my daughter and this one will represent the wife here. And because this is going to be a funny design, so I put a witch hat here. That will obviously they take it like a sarcasm, so that is what I am going to do. Now everything else will be just combining my text here. So before placing my text, as I do, I make a rectangle at the same size of my artboard, then I make it a bit smaller to work like this, because when we are using transparency panel, that will give it a, because we are not erasing anything, we are keeping everything inside our design like this. Every element is inside my transparency panel, so it becomes a very large file to work. And that is why, okay, you can see there is some mistakes here because I want that pumpkins to have their eyes. So I am going to select them using my shape builder to just erase these areas, and everything that is I want to be transparent here. I was getting a lot of questions about this transparency panel and this items when we place them inside transparency. So I have a video on especially on transparency, so you guys can watch that. Maybe that will help you to understand how to use transparency. Okay, so for this one, this is going to be my final design, and of course I need to keep everything inside my this black area, because that is the print area of my of a t-shirt, or a standard t-shirt print area is 4500 into 5400. That of course vary depending on different print on demand websites like Teespring, Amazon, Redbubble, but I found that one really helpful because that works on almost every print on demand site. So that is why I always work on that size. Okay guys, so this is just going to be my text placing area. So for this one here, I am going to use this text here, and I am going to use a font here called Monsterize. You can find this one on thefont.com. Okay, so when using fonts from thefont.com, you can find that these are only for personal use, but that doesn't matter, because if you are using them directly as a font, or if you are keeping them as font, then you may find some problem. But when we are breaking them, we are using them as a shape in our design, that really does not face that copyright problem. Okay, so this is just some text placement I am going to work here. I have shown you many times how to make this kind of background, how to place these images, so that is why I am not going to do that again here. Okay, so this is now my text. You can scare me. I have two daughters. Now for this one here, maybe I will use another font here, maybe Halloween thread. This is Halloween threads. This is a good font, but I want this to be a bit smaller because I am going to focus on my daughter text here. This is going to be my focus text. Okay, so whatever we are doing in this design, we must keep in mind that I will not go outside of this area, because that will be my full printing area. So everything else here I can just place it a bit upward like this. Now I have two daughters. Okay, so this one is okay. Maybe this three and this group, this background, I should make them a group, then easily I can place them, like centerize them just like this. Okay, now I need to adjust my ruler here. Okay, so this one here I am going to use this as a this wife text as it is in this monstrous font, because that is going to be the fun part of this design. Now just like this, and now this one and a beautiful wife, I am going to use maybe a just a fancy looking font, because it will represent the girl part, the women part of this design. So that is why I am placing that like this. Okay, now as you can see, this is almost placed where I want to place them, so I am going to just simply centerize them. Now deselecting this group, and then I am breaking all the fonts in my design. Now they are not in font, they are just now custom shapes. They are just some shapes here, and if you are uploading them on any website, you will not face any copyright problems for them. Okay, so I am going to make a offset path for my and beautiful text here, just a little bit. Yeah, then cut that, Ctrl X. Okay, 1 second. now you can see whatever I am pressing in this area, because I am getting a lot of questions about this transparency panel. So first of all I need to select anything I want to make transparent or make that offset path. So I am selecting this text here like this, making a offset path for them. As you can see, this is now my offset path, but they are in a group, like my original text is inside this group. So if I don't click anywhere else, just keep them as it is, or I can simply unite them, then it will become a single shape here. Now I need to cut it, so I am pressing Ctrl X. It is now cut. Now I need to make this one and this one a group. Once they are grouped, I can open this group's transparency panel like this. Now I need to paste my offset path that I cut it a bit before. So I am now going to press Ctrl F. Ctrl F means paste in front, but as you can see, this is not working because these are now in white. So I need to make that black. So once it is black, you can see this is now working, looking good. So this is the way of using transparency panel. Okay, so once they are grouped, I can simply, okay, I have to come out from this transparency panel. Now I am selecting them to make a bit, bring that a bit upward. Okay, so this is going to be my final design for this one. Now I can simply use some other elements to fill these areas, but that is up to you guys if you want to put something there. Okay, so maybe this is going to be a design for male audience, so I am not going to use any kind of fancy elements there. So I am going to, okay, maybe nothing there, just keep them as it is, or we can just make some random lines here just like this, because this is going to be for male audience, so I don't, okay, sorry for that. Okay, I am doing that again. So I am just making a line here. Now selecting this line, I need to make it quite a stroke and then a bit bigger, not that much. Okay, this will work for me, or a bit lower in size. Okay, now I need to select them all and place them center wise. As you can see, these are now in a stroke mode. So I am going to first of all use my eraser tool just to erase some part from here. Then I am going to erase it like this. Okay, so once this part are erased, I am going to now break the stroke mode here to make them like in fill mode, making them a group, selecting these three text, and I need to place them exactly center wise, and also in this distribute them center wise. So this is going to be my design for this one. Okay, I can just use them any way I want or anything I want, but I am going to make it simple because this is going to be a design for male audience. Okay guys, so that's all for today's video. This is going to be my final design. The reason of this video is just how to make designs for male audience using this same kind of message, or this message. You can see this, you can't scare me, I have two daughters. This is a evergreen message. That means you can simply use this design or use this message to make a design all over the year, but you don't need to make it for special occasions. You can make it for any time, any occasions you want, but when it is time for a occasion like this, Halloween or Christmas, then you should try to make everything in this niche. So that is how it will work for you. So I'm going to again make another offset path here for my that text here. Now cut, selecting my this group here, opening the transparency panel, paste in front. Now they are in white, I'm making them black. So that is how it will work for me. Okay guys, so that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Maybe I can simply use this red color for that, all the elements here in this red, and especially Halloween t-shirts are sell in black most, so this will work for me. Or I can simply use my direct selection tool here to make them a bit long, because there is a gap here, just to fill them. Okay guys, so this is my final design. I hope you enjoyed this one and learned something new from this one. See you in the next video. Have a great time. Thank you everyone.